y'all back in the kitchen today so we can make some more Christmas cookies. But today we're going to make some milk chocolate oatmeal cookies, and these are delicious. So I've got everything pre-measured and ready to go. So what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you everything that you're going to need to make these cookies. But the first thing you are going to need to do is you're going to need to preheat your oven to 375 degrees. You are going to need a large cookie sheet. You can use parchment paper or you can use a slip mat. That has become my favorite thing to make my cookies on because I can use it over and over and over and over and over. So I really like my slip mats. Alright, so the first thing is, after getting my eyeballs on y'all, that you're going to need to make these. You are going to need 1 1/4 cups of flour, okay? I've got that in this bowl right here, and it is all-purpose flour. You are going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of your baking powder. You are going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of your baking soda. You are going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And you are going to need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And you're going to need 3/4 cups of butter. Now, y'all, most of you know that I use the unsalted butter in my dessert recipes, cakes, cookies, or whatever I'm making, okay? That's a dessert. I love my unsalted butter for that. It just brings out a different flavor in it, I think. But if you don't use unsalted butter or you don't have any unsalted butter, don't worry about it. You go right ahead and use your salted butter and it'll be fine. So, but what you will need for using sticks, you're going to need 1 1/2 sticks, okay? Or you can measure it out 3/4 cup, the measure cup if you buy the, the tubs. So I buy both, but I just like using my sticks of butter when I'm making cookies or something like that. After the butter, you're going to need 3/4 cup of packed brown sugar. Most of you know I use the cane brown sugar. And then you are going to need a 1/2 cup of the granulated sugar, and I use the cane sugar as well in that. And you're going to need 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then after the vanilla, you're going to need an egg. And we'll get that out when we get ready to need it. And then you're going to need 2 tablespoons of milk. And then you are going to need 1 3/4 cups of the chocolate chips. Now, these are the milk chocolate chips. These are the Nestle Toll House chocolate chips. Y'all use whatever kind you want to use. If you like semi-sweet, use a semi-sweet. Just whatever kind that you all like. And then after the chocolate chips, you are going to need 1 cup of just the Old Fashioned Rolled Oats. You can use the quick cook in this recipe as well if you want to, if you don't buy the Old Fashioned. Some people prefer the quick cook more than they do the Old Fashioned oats, but we're going to use the Old Fashioned, okay? Now, in half of this cookie batter, I'm going to be dividing it out, and I am going to add right about a cup of walnuts. My husband loves nuts, and he wanted me to put some nuts in his. So that's how we're going to do this, okay? Kind of like we did the chocolate chip cookies, and when I made the walnut cookies, I took the walnut cookie batter and just divided it out and made chocolate chip cookies and made walnut cookies. So that's how we're going to do it today. We're just going to divide it out just a little bit. So anyway, I'm going to do this with a hand mixer, and I just used my cookie scooper to scoop them out, and that's it. So anyway, I'm going to bring y'all a little bit closer, and we're going to go ahead and start getting these cookies going. Okay, y'all, here we go. We're going to get these going. Okay, so in a small bowl starting out, you're going to take your flour and you're going to put it into a bowl. After your flour, you are going to go ahead and add your baking powder. So add that in there with your flour. And then you are going to add your baking soda in there. You're going to add your ground cinnamon in there. And then you are going to add your 1/4 teaspoon of your salt. Once you have all those in there, what you're going to have to do is just take you a whisk, and you are going to just mix these ingredients together, okay? That's the first thing you want to do. So let's get all these combined. So take this mixture, set it to the side just for a minute. All right, now take you a big mixing bowl. You need a big one for this. Take your 1½ sticks of your butter. Your butter needs to be room temperature, y'all. That's important because the softer it is, the easier it is to mix. Let's go ahead and get that in there. And then here is a 1/2. Get it open and get it in there. Now what you're going to add is you're going to take your brown sugar and you're going to add that in there with your butter. And then you're going to take your white sugar and you're going to add it in there. And then lastly, you want to take your vanilla and you want to add that in with this mixture as well. So we're going to beat this stuff in together until it becomes creamy. All right, y'all, sorry about that. I went and got me a little towel to put under my bowl. It cuts down on the noise from the mixer on the counter. So, but anyway, we're going to go ahead and cream all this stuff in together. I better turn that down. You want to do this on slow at the beginning until you get your butter kind of beat up and get it loosened up with the rest of your ingredients. Because if you don't, it can fly out a little bit. But it does make a big difference when you put something under your bowl when you're using a hand mixer because of the noise. Okay, now we're going to have to turn this up. And just keep mixing this together until it becomes creamy. Now take you a rubber spatula and just go around your bowl and pull the excess off of the sides. Alright, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take your egg and you're going to beat it in with your mixture. Y'all, once you get your egg beat up in there, take your rubber spatula and go around your bowl again until you get everything off the sides. Alright, y'all, so this is what you're looking for. And just make sure that it is mixed in really good. So now we're going to get our flour, okay? And we're going to start adding that flour mixture, you know, with our baking soda, salt, baking powder, and cinnamon. We're going to go ahead and start gradually adding this in here. You have to add what you feel is right for you as far as mixing it in. 1/4 cup, 1/3 cup, whatever you feel comfortable with. I would not add this all at one time because it's going to go everywhere. So just add a little bit at a time until you get it all blended in. Now, I'm going to tell y'all with the milk, we're going to add a little bit of milk as we go with this flour, okay? And that'll help, you know, that'll help mix it as well. So we're going to add just a little bit of flour. We're going to do this on low. Just to kind of incorporate it, just so it doesn't fly out. Now I want to add just a little bit of milk. Not much, just a little. Just to kind of help things out. And blend that milk and turn that mixer on. Once you get your flour, you know, incorporated a little bit where you can turn your mixer up. Alright, y'all, so what you want to do next is take you a rubber spatula. When you mix in your chocolate chips, and you mix in your oats, you're going to want to do this by hand. And you're going to want to fold them in, okay? But I look at my mixture, making sure that everything is good and combined and creamy. All right, so take your chocolate chips and add to your batter, your cookie dough. Now, I'm going to tell you, I may not use all these. Because sometimes I think, you know, I don't like a huge amount in mine. Okay, so we're going to add some more. I might just put, because it's looking like, you know, it could use it really once you start blending them in. So get them chocolate chips in there. Fold them chocolate chips in. So here's 1 cup of the Old Fashioned Rolled Oats. Sprinkle them in there. And what you're going to do is you're going to fold these in too. A little at a time. So we're getting ready to divide this. I'm going to scrape this bowl down good. Get what I can off the sides. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and divide some of this out. Now, this is what you should have, y'all, with your cookie dough, with your oatmeal in there and your chocolate chips. That's what it should look like. I know it's probably hard to see. So we're going to take out about this much dough because he said he didn't want a whole lot of it. So we're going to transfer this over to this bowl. My husband looked and he said it was plenty of cookie dough. I poured the walnuts in here, right? All you're going to do with this is you're going to take a spoon or something and you're just going to fold these in. Just fold them around, push them down in your dough, okay? That's all you're going to do with this. So when I get done with this, I'm going to put mine in the refrigerator, my cookie dough, both of them, and I'm going to let them sit for a few minutes. And then I'll be back, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start baking these. And as you see, his is going to be pretty thick because he wanted the nuts in it. And that's the way it will be. Even if you add raisins, it'll make it a little thicker. But nuts is naturally always going to make it even thicker. But the cookie scooper can handle it. So that's his with the nuts, the oatmeal, and the chocolate chip. So anyway, y'all, give me just a minute. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, and I will be back shortly. All right, y'all. So I had the cookie dough. Like I told you, I like to put mine in the refrigerator for just a little bit. I had it in there, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes to an hour. And you don't have to do that. It's just something I do. I think it gets a little stiffer. It's a little bit easier to drop them on there. I don't know. That's just something I do. But like I said, you don't have to do it. I'm going to take the lids off these. Put my sleeves back, I guess. The hands are clean. And like I said, this is my husband's batter with the nuts and, the chocolate chips and the oatmeal. So that's his. And then I got mine. I transferred it over into one of these little bowls too. Makes it a little bit easier. But now all my cookies is going to be going into these little holiday bowls. So they look cute, ain't it? All right. So like I said, I'm just going to take this cookie scooper. Your oven, a reminder, your oven needs to be on 375. You can use parchment paper, but I'm using my slip mat. And we're just going to start dropping these cookies on here, okay? I'm going to start out first with my husband's, okay? And we're just going to dip it out. It's a little bit hard because of being in the refrigerator. And, but it'll loosen up here in a few minutes, and it'll be all right. I mean, I don't know. I just like to do it that way. You might have to kind of take your cookie dough and kind of push it into your scooper, because when it gets a little hard like that, you might have to kind of help it a little bit. So anyway, we're going to start dropping these on here is all we're going to do, and you're just going to lay them on here, okay? Let's get some more, and this is all we're going to do here. So we're going to put these in. And when they get done, I'll be back and I will show y'all what they turned out like. Okay, y'all. So his cookies, his first batch is out of the oven. They took, he wanted his left in there for right about 16 minutes. And the pan's getting pretty cool now for me to handle, so no big deal. But I let them sit for a little bit so they could cool down. But that is his. And boy, don't them look good. Y'all, I'm telling you, your house will smell so good. It just smells like cinnamon. It smells like the oatmeal and the vanilla. It's just got a wonderful smell. I can't even begin to tell y'all. But these are his. So what I'm going to do, now what he likes for me to do, when I take his cookies off, he likes for me to take a paper plate, okay? And he likes for me to put them on there. And then what I do, until I get my little green bowls freed up, because I'm going to put our cookies in these once I get the cookie dough baked. I'm going to transfer it all there. But in the meantime, I'm going to put them on this plate, and then I'm going to stick the plate down inside a gallon-size freezer bag. He likes his cookies put in the freezer, y'all. Everybody's different, you know. Like me, I like mine soft. So everybody is different. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm just going to take these off. My hands are clean. And I can lift them right off of the pan, no problem. And they browned really nice on the bottom, as y'all can see. Look at those chocolate chips, y'all. And then I'll show you the top of this one. And I will break it open a little bit, and I'll show you all the insides of this. See the inside of the cookie with the nuts and all that in there? That's the way he likes them. All right, so we're just going to pop these off and pop them right on this paper plate. So there we have it. There's his cookies. Now we're going to move on, and we're going to go ahead and put mine on here. And all I'm going to do, it's the same thing, nothing any different. We're just going to scoop out my cookie dough, and we're going to put it on the cookie sheet. Couldn't even think there for a minute, y'all. So we're just going to start scooping out my cookies, and we're going to put them on here. Nothing any different, y'all, okay? And when I get these all on there, I will be back and show y'all, and then we will put them in the oven, okay? Okay, y'all, so I've got them on here, and I'm going to put these in the oven, and I'll let you know how long I bake these for, because like I said, I don't bake mine too long, because I don't want them to wind up hard. So I'm going to put these in. When these get done, I'll be back, and I'll show y'all what these turned out like. So give me just a minute. Okay, y'all, so my cookies are out of the oven, and they're completely cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer them over to this other little bowl, okay? I baked these for 10 minutes because I didn't want them to be super hard or anything. So they're pretty soft, and that's how I like them. Check out the middle of those. Don't them look delicious? So I'm just going to transfer them over into this bowl. Now, we didn't have a lot of cookie dough left. He didn't have a lot left, and I didn't either. Now, y'all will tell you, I will finish baking that up. But I know y'all got the idea of how to do these cookies. Especially if you're a new cook, you've got the idea of how to put them out on a cookie sheet and bake them, and the time and all of that. So anyway, y'all, listen, I hope you've enjoyed this video of the milk chocolate oatmeal cookies that I make for Christmas. And they're not hard at all, really, to make. And they're even better when you bite into one. Y'all will really like these, I do believe. So, anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. And listen, y'all, if you don't mind to go over to Facebook and like, share, and follow my page, I would greatly appreciate that. If you don't mind, head over to YouTube and like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell for all notifications from Old Fashioned Southern Cooking. So anyway, y'all, I'll let y'all go. And listen, y'all have a great Christmas, and y'all have a happy new year. Keep God in your heart and God in your life. Bye, guys.